Eric Ten Hag's presser today versus Sevilla has been really so much impressive, and as usual we decide to come out and really react to it, as you guys need to know what Eric Ten Hag has taken about today. He has talked about Marcus Rashford's injury and when he expects him to be back. He's talked about Sevilla, Anton Martial, Harry Maguire, Ericsson, and very many others that we're going to talk about in for you. But he has gone ahead to really emphasize on how Sevilla is really that team that you shouldn't really go ahead and really take lightly. United should pay attention to detail because this team is the record champion or are record champions for this tournament in Europe. And now, Rock and David is my name. Welcome to the United Matters channel. Hope you guys are really having a blast of an evening. Now, let's start off with what he said about Sevilla. On the question about Sevilla, he said, your question already tells the answer because they have a big reputation winning the UEFA Europa League. They have won the UEFA Europa League more than other clubs in Europe. That's a magnificent record, so we have to be aware of it because that's their target. We are 100% motivated to go again. If we want to beat them, we have to play our best football and everyone has to deliver their best. And if you don't do it, we have a problem. We are fully focused and fully prepared for this game. So Ten Hag is not paying a deaf ear to any of the details as far as this game of football is concerned. Amid Sevilla being 13th into the La Liga and having one of the worst seasons in the last decade, Ten Hag knows how good they can be when it comes to the European levels, and he's really telling his players that we need to go on and really win this beautiful game of football. So it that we put them to bed because Sevilla is having quality players. If they can connect on a good day, they can really hurt the team of Manchester United. The beauty of all this is we are playing the first game at Old Trafford. They are coming to the fortress that have seen us go 24 games unbeaten at Old Trafford, and they've not been good visitors. And United has gone ahead to really knock out two teams from Spain, in the knockout stages of this tournament, and they've dropped us another giant coming in from Spain, though he's a sleeping giant, that is Sevilla. And the likes of Ivan Rakitic, Kuna, and very many others are up for a test. Even Alex Telles, a former United player, is playing for Sevilla and is also going to be part of the squad that is playing us tomorrow at Old Trafford. Then on Marcus Rashford, we all know he got a groin injury when United was playing against Everton over the weekend. Ten Hag has told us that a few games, so that's the statement. I can't give more details onto it because we don't know. We will have to see it, how it develops. Of course, it's a setback and he's disappointed about it, but he's not totally broken because he knows he'll return quickly. He is optimistic and he has started straight away on his recovery and his rehab that helps him to get back soon. So Marcus Rashford is out. Marcus Rashford is out, and him being out is really based onto the injury he got. But the beauty of it is that he's really undergoing the rehab, and Ten Hag is telling us that he's optimistic, he's returning quickly, but we don't know how quick he's going to return, because when you say quickly, is he returning next week? Is he returning in the semi-finals of the FA Cup? Is he going to play the away game against Sevilla? So it depends on how quick he reacts onto his injury. And it was just a moment of time that Rashford was going to get an injury, and we are not surprised because he has gone ahead to play very many games this season. 47 games for Manchester United are really huge for Marcus Rashford, though Ten Hag saw him as his main man, but it looks like he's out and other players have to step up. But to me, I think we are having a very good boost. If Anton Martial keeps himself fit, Sancho, Anthony, Casemiro not getting suspended, Sabitzer, Ericsson and Bruno Fernandes, I think you're going to look at least more a better team than you're having Marcus Rashford, because Marcus Rashford has been selfish. Marcus Rashford couldn't find that pass that Sancho gifts to Scott McTominay to score against Everton. I believe if Sancho can really play at the intensity that he has been playing on all at for the previous 3 games of United, of which I was going to hate to start 2 of those, that is Brentford and Everton, I think we can get more from the team. With Anton Martial playing at the pinnacle of the attack, we are going to look a much more better team. I know that. So to me, I'm not worried about Marcus Rashford, but I want him to rest, because sometimes a player might be running out of steam and you just put him on the field of play and he's costing you, like Marcus Rashford. So I think it's a time he got rested, and that rest will really see him get fired up and obviously do the needful for the club of Manchester United. Then Ten Hag was asked on Anton Martial, on the team relying on him after Marcus Rashford really got an injury. Said, no, we don't have to force things, but we are careful, of course. I have to say that the front line against Brentford and Everton worked really well. I think continually we were a threat. It was difficult for the opponent to defend. So Ten Hag saying that on those 2 games, I think we are really good in the first half. First half against Brentford, we're on fire. The same applies to Everton, we're on fire. Second half, we drop a little bit, for some 20 minutes, and then we resurrect. So I think the front line was good, but you know how it is when Anton Martial is leading the line. And this time round, Martial needs to take the mantle and keep himself fit as far as this season is concerned, because he needs to keep himself fit until Marcus Rashford comes back. Let him make a statement that I can also be that star boy of the club of Manchester United. And for his potentials and abilities, undoubted, the only worry is, will he keep himself fit? That's the big question. And now, Ten Hag was asked again on whether Anton Martial is in contention to start tomorrow. He said, I think he's ready to start a game. But as I said, the front line against Brentford did really well, and we decided to continue with that against Everton. And again, they did very well. The advantage was also that we can bring Anton Martial back slowly in the team, give him minutes, get him used to the game at the highest level, to a higher intensity. But I think already against Everton, he was ready to start the game. Now, against Everton was the 3rd game that Anton Martial had not started for Manchester United and came off the bench to play at least 30 or 25 minutes. Against Newcastle, he came on and played 30 minutes. Against Brentford, he came on and played 25. Against Everton, he played 30 minutes, meaning that with those 30s in his legs, I think he's ready to start. Though in my predicted starting 11, I think Ten Hag is going to start with Wout Weghorst, and then Martial will come on again, because he believes that he should be so much pivotal in the game of United playing about Nottingham, because there is another battle that we need to settle of the top 4 positions, and we all think that it's really going to be so much important for the team of Manchester United to have Anton Martial tomorrow, whether on the bench or starting. But we know that he's physically fit to get it done. And Ten Hag confirmed with us that he's really 100% fit to start. Is really great, meaning that Ten Hag is going to hate to know how bad it was when he always came in through and obviously brought in a player known as Anton Martial when he was unfit. So when he's fit, obviously, that means even the injury scares are really minute. But every time you bring him on when he's unfit and you play him very many minutes, that means his body is being exposed to injury. So you pray to it that Anton Martial finds himself fit for the rest of the season to really give us those vibes of Martial that we know, that have been proven at the club of Manchester United, that every time he plays and leads that pinnacle, we are a better team. Then Ten Hag on Martial step up with Marcus Rashford away his head. You say I defended him, yeah, but I just point to the stats. The stats are telling you that the moment he's on the pitch, the time he needs for a goal is really less than other players. When he's in the team, I refer to games against Man City and Liverpool. When he's in the team, we play our best football and we have the best results as a team. So yeah, if you can say I defended him, I'm just pointing onto stats and see how he contributes to the team. And on stats, he's really great, because he's just into that mold of a player who will really create an assist, score a goal, all create a moment of magic that will see the club of Manchester United doing the needful and obviously scoring goals from anywhere. And I think when he's on, we create very many chances, and our front three is really not in a graveyard shift. They are linked so much onto the midfield a lot, and you know what that means. And coming in through and returning when Casemiro is going to be available, Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes, and very many others, I think it's a boost for the front three of Manchester United. And that's what Ten Hag is hinting about. Anton Martial's impact at the club of Manchester United, that is really immensely unappreciated by people. And I wonder how the media is finding, or where the media is finding the guts to come out and say that Anton Martial is up for sale. You know, I think Ten Hag is here to give Anton Martial a second chance at Manchester United, because he knows that if at all he keeps him fit, he can be one of those centre forwards that can really give him lots of vibes as far as winning games at United is concerned. Then Ten Hag on Luke Shaw and Garnacho. He said, no, both are unavailable. Definitely the injury of Garnacho is more severe, it's more strong, but Luke Shaw, I expect him back. Sorry about that. I expect Luke Shaw back at short notice. Yes. That's what he said to the website of Manchester United, and obviously he was so much in point, meaning that the injury of Garnacho being severe, I think this is one of the specimens being put by Manchester United, because I think they don't want him to go to the Under-20 World Cup. That's it. So that's why such statements are being pulled up by the club, because they don't want him to go and play in the Under-20 World Cup. And I think even Garnacho doesn't want to play there. So it's good of him to really start his rehabilitation, because I know he's undergoing it. And by the time the Under-20 World Cup starts, I think Garnacho will be available, because he would have really gotten himself back to the levels of where I expect him to be as a player of Manchester United. So to me, I think for Garnacho, it's precautionary. They don't want him to go to the World Cup Under-20s, because he would have returned from injury and he needs some more resting bit of time to rest. So for Luke Shaw, he's expected as soon as possible, meaning that in the game of Nottingham, Luke Shaw might be back into the squad, and we want to be having a fully fit squad as a team of Manchester United. We don't want to find ourselves in a situation of really mourning if Tyrell Malacia is unfit. But I think Tyrell Malacia is getting his start as United takes on a side known as Sevilla at Old Trafford. But against Everton, I saw to it that Malacia is trying to improve onto his final ball, and his end product to his game might really look better in the game of Sevilla. Then on Eriksen, he said, I think the balance in the midfield was for a long time very good with Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno Fernandes, and Christian alongside Casemiro. I think the cooperation between the two of them was very good. Casemiro, the balanced player, the link-up play, and Christian Eriksen can support him in the link-up play, but also go to the final part of the game as he creates chances, key actions, key passes, final passes. For us, he was a really important player. I think he had 7 or 8 assists in the Premier League. I think that tells you the story of how important he is for our front players, because he sees the pass and gives the pass. So Ten Hag is so much observant onto what Eriksen has been doing with the club of Manchester United. And obviously, if at all you have been following him, he's that creative player that gives you a different aspect. Though he's not tenacious as other players, but this time around he's returning to the club when Bruno Fernandes has proven that can play in the double pivot very well. But Ten Hag told us that there is no need for Bruno Fernandes to be played in the double pivot if at all Casemiro and Eriksen are back. But I think that combination, Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes, and Casemiro, is really important for the build-up play of United. The link-up play from the back, that is Casemiro linking the midfield to the attack, and Eriksen's assists are really immense for the club of Manchester United with 3 goals this season. It shows you how important this player is, that we've always missed him out on. Lastly, Harry Maguire wouldn't miss out on the press conference, and a question was thrown in, and it was all about Harry Maguire being in contention to start against Sevilla. Ten Hag said, I think he's in contention for every game because he's a very good player, and we have also on Saturday, we have also seen on Saturday how good he is in the team. He's doing well, so he's always in contention, but we have more players. I think I'm happy with how my team is defending. I think we are defending with 11, and we have a great goalie, and that gives us and brings us so many clean sheets, and we are happy with that. But we have to do it every game. We know that we have to keep the discipline in the defensive transition, especially and in defending the set plays. I think we are making good progress, but we have to keep the progress, and we are making good progress, but we have to keep the progress and the process going because we are not satisfied. We want to do more, and we know that if you want to win leagues, if you want to win competitions, clean sheets is always the best of it. So he's reiterating the words of Sir Alex Ferguson that goals win matches, but clean sheets win trophies. And David De Gea is going to have to keep clean sheets in the Premier League, 13, tied with Nick Pope of a team known as Newcastle, and you understand what Ten Hag is really insinuating about that. And in the UEFA Europa League, we need to find ourselves a position of really keeping clean sheets at Old Trafford, because in the knockout game against Barcelona we conceded 1. The knockout game against Real Betis we conceded 1-2. So tomorrow I'll be the happiest if at all we keep a clean sheet, because clean sheets win trophies, especially in these knockout tournaments. You can't rule out United from scoring a goal, and this is the time that people are going to get disapproved on how we can thrive without Marcus Rashford. I know many people have come out and really put out arguments that how can United be without Rashford? I believe United can look far much better in the final third of the opponent without Marcus Rashford, because Rashford has shown us that for him he's a selfish player, you know. Martial is not a selfish player. If Martial can keep himself fit with Sancho and Anton leading the line, obviously we are going to find ourselves in a position of really playing very well and looking better. So guys, that's what Ten Hag said about the game against Sevilla and Manchester United. So your reactions to Ten Hag's presser are welcome in the comment section below. Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Bye bye for now.